All right. Hopefully this works. Hopefully we aren't being the oracled right now. Part 2. We'll pray. We'll say our prayers and hope it works. So just everybody in the chat, please confirm if you can hear us or we're breaking up. I don't care. Just please. It would be great.
We need some people in the chat first before
we
they
do
can do
need
that.
some people in the chat, but first they're all watching the ads right now and giving us money.
Hope so.
Okay. Seymour said welcome back.
All right,
okay,
Seymour,
we look clear. We look clear. Somebody probably doxed us.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Good. It's not good. That's why we can't post the link probably in the I bet it was
the Oracle and and his buddy, whatever his name was. You know what
I think I do.
Man of whatever.
Oh yeah, man of destiny, the ultimate alpha male. He can lift over 500 pounds on his one arm. The things I do to see him. Jesus Christ! I'm not putting that up on the chat. That's inappropriate. All right, we're all right.
Members only.
Yeah,
literally.
We'll talk a little bit about JXN earnings just because that's what we branded. I loaded up. Thankfully, I bought probably $600 or $700 worth of JXN over the last 2 weeks, at sub 85, and that turned out pretty well for me. So, JXN earnings. Thankfully, JXN's one of those companies where it's really fucking boring, and you don't have to. It's a pretty conservative play.
Yep.
I'm pulling up the earnings report right now. They declared an 80-cent dividend, free money.
Yeah, that's the thing.
EPS.
I mean, I know somebody was streaming the JXN earnings on Discord, and I tuned in for 10 minutes of it, and I was just man, this is. I'm just gonna trust that this is good and let it go.
Yeah. So I've had a debate in my head, but I'm not going to do it. I've debated potentially selling some Vici and putting it into JXN, but I think REITs are going to have a good year next year, so I'm not going to.
Maybe. Although I have heard that Vegas is having some trouble right now, actually. Tourism's way down.
I still think Vici's fine. They're not all in Vegas, to be fair. They're pretty diversified.
But mostly U.S. though, yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard tourism to the U.S. is way down at the moment.
I mean,
do with that information what you will. I'm just giving you the information.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. Yeah. So actually, no, Steve, not Steve stock, Rick stock, probably.
Yeah. Rick stock. Yeah, it would be Rick. Dave Jackson. Jackson's at least the ticker isn't the same as Dave. Or it's Vici's occupancy rate's 100% right now. So I mean,
well, yeah,
I know
because there were just a bunch of casinos, and obviously, if one of them became unoccupied, that would actually be a big problem.
All right, we're gonna do a little bit of a Vici medium deep dive here. Vici, I do like Google's Gemini thing. Vici, how many separate properties do they have? I want to say it's 30 or 40. Okay. Yep. For 39 other they have 39 other experimental properties and 54 gaming destinations.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, Vici's it's kind of boring, but maybe I'll put it into JXN. I don't know. I feel like that is one of the last kind of Mohicans from the portfolio of maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and it's kind of stayed because I think REITs are going to do okay next year.
All right, Steve, give us your $2 a month.
Yeah. I like the sound of that. Sounded like straight from a movie. I like that. Give me $2 a month.
This is a shakedown.
We're here for $1, and that's been known. I mean, 5.3% yield. That's not heinous. Growth is solid, but you got to keep in mind it's just bought a ton of new properties. So it's going to obviously be good.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. I've never quite gotten there on Vici. I've been close a couple times. There were a few times where the price dropped, and I thought it's starting to look interesting. But
If
I
Fabio has
certainly
any
thought
REITs for me to investigate, I'd be willing to be interested.
he actually has some realty income. I don't know if you knew that.
What?
Yeah, he has another portfolio that's like an income fund, and he has realty income in it.
Why? Why?
Yeah.
Is that just like purely an interest rate play?
No, it's like literally an income play.
Oh, okay. I see. I guess.
But you have to also keep in mind though. Yes, if rates go down, probably it goes up.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also very consistent income and very highly diversified.
Yeah.
It's the most well diversified REIT that there is. So if 2026 is the year of the REIT, it will benefit.
Mm-hmm. I want to say there's another one. What is it? Agree?
Agree.
Just
Agree realty. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't listen to anything that scumbag Fabio has to say about his fixed income.
The income port isn't fixed income, because if it was fixed, it would mean like it's a set amount. And if you have something in there that consistently raises dividends, like realty income, that's by definition not fixed. So, but it is an income focused portfolio. Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Steve, I remember this. There was a day where like it went down like 30% for like a minute in the morning, and he had a bunch of like limit orders, and they went through.
Nice.
The things I do for that. The things I do. What other companies do we want to discuss before we'll give like another 10 minutes? That good? Include the episode.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I had something to offer on like an opinion on Jackson's earnings, but it is such a boring thing.
It's so boring. We got to make it entertaining.
And it's financial instruments. So like if you don't have like a finance or accounting background, even trying to describe that in a way that would be understandable to anybody in a useful way, it just seems like a complete folly. So I'm not going to bother.
To put it in dummy terms, they buy back a lot of shares and they pay a dividend.
Well, I mean what they do, right?
Oh yeah.
But I suppose you boil it down to boomers want income when they retire, don't want to have to think about managing portfolio. They give money to Jackson. Jackson gives them monthly income in exchange for that money.
Yeah.
And then invests that money to make a return that's higher than the income they pay out. That's basically what an annuity, is. And in addition, they keep a huge amount of basically assets in reserve in the event that something goes wrong and their investments shrink in value. There's still enough to cover those obligations, and their reserves are very, very high, higher than they need to be. And therefore, they actually have the potential to do a massive amount of buybacks or like a huge special dividend, something like that at some point in the future if they want to. But the buyback's already massive. It's like 8% a year or something stupid.
The total like shareholder yield between like buybacks and dividends is like 15% around. We have a dividend tweet. Trump officially has accused Nancy Pelosi of insider trading. Should I read this in the Trump voice or no?
Every person that's high up in government, whether they're in the House, the Senate, or they're the executive branch, whatever, if they're in any of like the committee meetings or like the secret closed doors stuff with the military, whatever, all of those people have information that could be considered inside, and all of them buy stocks based on the things that they know about spending, government spending, or government programs, or incoming regulations.
Yeah.
And it's not just Nancy Pelosi. They literally all do it. Both parties don't pearl clutch. The dude released
Nancy's
a
pretty
goddamn
good
meme.
at it, though.
There was a meme coin. Okay, don't like wag your finger at somebody else for for what they do with trading. If you're gonna have a meme coin, sorry, pot
Okay.
kettle black.
But
Like, I'm sorry.
am I reading
And
this
that's
in the
not
Trump
like,
voice?
I hate that I'm in a position where I'm having to defend Nancy Pelosi at this point in time, but like, really get off your high horse on this one, buddy.
Crooked Nancy Pelosi and her interesting husband. He's an interesting guy, right? She wears the pants in the relationship.
I heard he got beat in the head with a hammer by his gay lover.
He got his ass beat, and it's ooh.
That never would have happened to me. I would have kicked that guy's ass.
I love these tweets. Just the way he types, it's so funny. Yeah. How are you feeling now, Nancy?
But like, you're gonna call somebody else crooked when you have a pump and dump meme coin. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
I do have an interesting post that I saw on Instagram.
Oh God. Oh no.
Okay.
That's a cursed chat comment right there.
Whoa. Would you or would you not? That's the real question.
So
back in the prime,
this is very out of character for me to say this, but no, thank you.
Wow.
I don't. By the way, I don't know how she looked like 50 years ago, but she's like over 80 now. So no.
I keep forgetting that she's like wicked old. I want to see what she
Yeah,
looks
I
like.
mean, all of the prominent politicians have like Botox and stuff, so their faces never change.
Except Mitch McConnell. Okay, so I saw a post on Instagram, and it's basically this guy saying Donald Trump caught on video explaining his billionaire friends that made billions yesterday with tariffs and stock market manipulation. This was like after Liberation Day. Do you necessarily like agree or disagree with that statement? I know it's kind of a black and white answer I'm giving you there, but like, are you saying that? Do you think he actually manipulated the stock market when like the whole tariffs thing happened and it was like a 20 or 15% intraday change?
I subscribe to Mr. Bean theory, which is that whatever he's doing, like to whatever extent he's accomplishing something that he wants, it's all accidental.
Oh, I told you to mine. It went up a lot.
Yeah, or a lot of it is like I don't know. I don't see the 4D chess, although I do somewhat buy into the idea that there are probably people within the administration that have his ear that are pushing him in a certain direction. He may not understand all the reasons, but they probably do. So there might be somebody playing 4D chess, but I just don't think it's him. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. The classic argument of like Donald Trump is rigging the stock market, or like he's doing it for his billionaire buddies. Like that just doesn't. Just admit you don't understand how markets work, and like because the video was him talking about Charles Schwab and how Charles Schwab made like $4 billion in a day with, or like his company.
Charles Schwab is buffoonery. I personally actually I doubt that anyone, even the president or anyone else, can single-handedly manipulate the whole stock market.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he tried after he found out that it trades in relation to what he says.
Ooh.
But I don't think he realized going in that people were going to sell stocks or buy stocks just based on him, being like, I'm tariffing everybody. Oh no, sell. Like, I didn't realize that was going to happen. Because he likes seeing the vertical lines, the up and to the right thing. Yeah. He likes to see that and take credit for it. So I don't think he like But some people do think that he kind of like changed course a little bit because he didn't like seeing the line go down, and people blame him for it because he's supposed to be the success guy.
Yeah. The crypto thing is hilarious with him though.
It
That was like
is.
a blatant sham. I told you buy Trump coin. It went up a lot. You'd be rich. What even happened to it? I think okay. I was talking to my dad about this. I think it's criminal. He's selling Bibles for like $100. I don't know how people aren't harping on him for that. I think that's like the worst.
I mean, Padre says, he thinks that like it was intentional because there were some big options. I mean, it's possible. I don't know. I suppose I try not to sit here and think that somebody is so much larger than life that they can just do that. But maybe they can.
I am the chosen one.
If you're the chosen one, maybe you can.
Yeah.
You're supposed to bring balance to the markets, not destroy them.
Yeah.
We have Star Wars lore here too, by the way, not just Sopranos lore.
Another fun story besides the AT&T one, which is a good one. I have a friend who got it at Palantir at like 150, and he's up like 18% or something. And he asked me if he should sell it. And it's like the classic FOMO thing. And I'm like, please just listen to me. I just sell it and index it. There's a chance it could go up more, but like,
I mean, how much money are we talking about though? Like did $200 or something that he?
Okay, so it would be 8% of a $15,000 portfolio, which is
so like $800, $1,200 $1,200. Yeah.
Put it in a Dave. I think that is better upside.
Honestly, I don't know. Like, I was telling somebody about TSSI, and they bought it at like 28, so they probably hate me now.
Oh,
I by the way, I told them to wait for a dip. I was like, I said I think it's a little stretched here. Like, I think.
Oh yeah, TSSI went down too. We didn't talk about that. What happened with TSSI?
So, all right, I'm finally something where I actually listened to the call. So what happened was in June, they moved over to their new facility, right? Mm-hmm. Their new facility has several times the capacity of their old facility. So theoretically, their numbers should start to vertical line at the new facility because they can just do more, fulfill more of the demand of their customer there. However, the Q2 financials closed on June 30th, so they don't even have, like, I think a full month worth of production at the new facility to add on to earnings. So that, right there is a slight, maybe a slight drag on the numbers. And then sequentially, top line revenue went down because their procurements segment had this giant order in Q1. And procurements, they make like 2% or 3%. Like, they don't make much money on procurement, but it still counts as top line revenue if they get a big order. Q1, they got some kind of a huge order that they weren't expecting, and it pumped revenue massively. But then Q2, the same thing didn't happen, which, by the way, in Q1, they said that this doesn't happen all the time, and like it was like kind of possibly a one-time thing. But since sequentially that revenue went down from Q1 to Q2, even though they basically told you it would, people saw that and were like, there's a guy on Twitter who literally 70% of his portfolio is TSSI and didn't understand that, which is rough. But that's the kind of person that holds. There's no institutional involvement. There's no analyst coverage, nothing. So it's like it's 100% pretty much retail driven. Well, insiders own some too, but it's the day-to-day movements of the price are mostly retail driven. So when you have a bunch of people who mostly don't really know how to interpret an earnings call, not saying that, I'm necessarily above them or anything, but I make an effort to comprehend at least.
Yeah.
And I can read and I have a decent vocabulary. So if I listen with intent, I can generally suss out what the facts are. It seems like they expected more out of Q2 than they should have based on the information that they were given in Q1. And when their overly inflated expectations were not met, they sold off. Now, full year guidance got raised. Usually that ends up being a positive thing for most companies, like, oh, we reported and we also raised guidance, but there is no did they beat or miss, because there's no analyst targets or expectations set, because there's no analysts.
Yeah.
So they're as to whether their revenue earnings per share beat or missed or not is entirely dependent on what the retail crowd was expecting.
Mm-hmm.
And they, I think, were just expecting Q2 to be like this massive blowout. Now, I thought it would be maybe a little better than what it was because of the new facility. But when you think about what's involved of like moving all your operation from old facility to new facility, and then only getting a very short window of actual fulfillment at the new facility, it's like, oh, of course their earnings isn't going to be like super, super high in this quarter compared to Q1. Yeah.
Do you still think it's like okay value?
It's much better value at 20 than it was at 28. But that and it's also I do stand by the idea that, hey, at 28, 30, whatever, that their price got ahead of where the earnings and everything were at.
Yeah.
Even if they do, keep growing pretty impressively, like it's going to take them a minute to grow into that valuation unless like Q3, Q4, like really razzle dazzle us. Okay.
Yeah.
That being said, I still have 1,000 shares, and I do think the price is probably going to suffer for a little while until there's like something positive that comes out. So I sold some covered calls, collected a lot of premium, and I'll sit here. And I do think that there's a potential that Q3 gets people excited again. So we'll see.
Just trying late. Do you think we're gonna expect get a bounce next week or continue sell off? I think what is he talking about, Dave?
I think he's talking about TSSI.
Okay.
That's what we were just discussing.
Okay. I have no clue.
Shark Tooth, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong about that. So I don't do really any of the crayons with the charts, but my sense of it, just the way it's been behaving since the earnings came out, it feels like maybe it's kind of hanging around this $20 area, but it's only been a couple days. So it could sell off a bit lower if something happens that makes people feel negative. And it could rocket back up if like Dell puts out something positive, because that's, their big client. They don't say that it is, but it is. So there is a possibility that it could drop more or pump, but I think barring anything new, it seems to be lingering in the $20 area for some reason, or no reason.
Very often for no reason.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! Thoughts on? We talked about this last week with Fuhat. I don't have any thoughts. It's interesting.
I don't even think he's in it anymore.
Oh
yeah. But yeah, I mean,
yay!
It's interesting, like because horny gay guys will pay for cheeks, but I don't know. It's not my kind of business, I guess.
Once we open the Cashflow Kings LLC Holding Co., maybe we'll be interested, but not now. We'll do like a LGBT friendly portfolio. like what Kathy Wood does, but
We
like she has
invest
the
in.
innovation fund, we have the gay fund.
I
Stock ticker
honestly,
GAY.
I think the gay ETF would beat ARK.
I bet it would. It's pretty easy. Anything to beat ARK.
Yeah.
That's impressive how she's not been like publicly like humiliated more
Well,
than
because she's in Palantir now and it's doing very well.
oh fuck. But it's
Yeah.
still ARK sucks. Isn't ARK not doing good?
I mean, overall, it's been like long term, it's been shit, but people have very short attention spans, Ryan.
Yeah. Since 2021, it's down 45%. That's impressive.
It's how you've done lately that matters, not the long term.
80% over last year. I wonder why. The things I do for a bubble pop. All right, we've gone for 25 minutes on here and like 50 on the other, so it was a pretty good episode. I thought we covered a lot. We had a lot to discuss, and we got it all done. Appreciate everybody that came over from the old show or the old stream. It's obviously a giant pain in the ass getting everybody.
Yeah,
over.
when you restart, you always lose viewers, unfortunately.
Yeah, so
momentum.
Whoever doxed us, fuck you.
Yeah.
We won't be posting the open links anymore. You blew it. I don't know what else to say. I don't even know if it was a dox, to be fair. But thank you. It's for Steve, Fabio, Granny, Internet Warrior, Padre, everybody that joined in. Thank you to Seymour once again for giving us money. Appreciate it all. We'll be on live next week with Lastanka James. Fiscal, where can the people find you?
A YouTube channel with the exact name that you see displayed.
Yeah.
Plus, at Mr. Macho Mog on Twitter. I do
Fun
tweet.
Fun tweets.
I think my tweets are honestly really good and underrated.
Well, you just don't sell out enough. We need to start doing that.
I really low key I think that my tweets are better than most people who have 100 times the amount of followers I do. So
yeah,
there you go. Hey,
okay.
I said Google Leaps on June 23rd, or sorry, I said it on June 25th. Bought them on the 23rd, but still, if you were with me on that one, you'd probably be up like 80-something% right now. Just saying.
Pretty much. And you can thank him by buying channel memberships, $2 a month. You get access to a bunch of exclusives. We still got to do the RCI hospitality, Rick's a deep dive. We got to do research on it before. We want to see more on for it too, so it'll be fun. You can't find me. I'm like John Cena. You can't see me. Thank you all for watching. Smash like and subscribe. Do dividends, stocks, not drugs, and of course, cash flow is king. Oh yeah.